We've got here this clean 2020 Series 5 Y62 Patrol, and in this video we're going to be installing the 13.1-inch Armada style head unit onto this Y62. Now you can see the old dated infotainment needs to be changed. It's very outdated. It's absolute rubbish. The new one is really nice. It's got nice storage cubby on here. Everything is digital. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and all the other features that I'm going to run through at the end of this video. So without any further delay, let's get started into another episode of DIY Made Easy. Now all the tools required for this install are quite simple. You just need some basic hand tools, side cutter, screwdriver, pick tool, some nice tape to tape all the wiring loom up, nice soft microfiber cloth, and some of these bits for your screwdriver. That's pretty much everything you're going to be needing. Now if you want, you can go ahead and disconnect the battery if you feel safer that way, although it's not necessary. Now let's get started into removing the trims. Now for the starting process, you want to start by removing the gear selector and this center console panel here, and once that is undone, you can pull it straight up, and underneath you'll find these couple of clips and 3 plugs that you have to undo. Now once you remove all of those plugs and those 2 clips, you can use your pick tool to get them out without actually breaking them. You can put this panel onto the side and remove the left and the right dash trim. Now in order to remove this, you just pry it out and slide it towards you. Now remember, these are only held in by clips, so don't twist them, just pull them straight out and they will pop straight out. Now for the next bit, use this gear release button and pop it into drive. It gives you more room to work here. Release these 2 Phillip head screws on either side of the panel, and then you can remove this wood grain trim around, and there's going to be 2 connectors behind that you can undo and put this panel on the side. Now once you have this wood grain trim out, ideally what we want to do is remove all of these metal clips that's going to go onto a new head unit. Now you can see in this case one of them is missing, so we won't worry about that, but ideally you would want to have at least 6 coming out of this. There's going to be another 2 that's going to come out of this fascia. I'll show you that later on in the video. So to remove this, it's quite easy. Use a pick tool or use a panel tool. I like to use this 4140 steel pry tool. It makes it a lot easier to remove this. Now make sure you don't go too hard bending it away. It's metal clip is gonna snap from the top, so just pry it up and they will all pop out. So now for the next part, you're going to remove this fascia trim, and we are also going to remove this silver trim from around the fascia to put it onto the new system. Now this is quite easy to undo. You just go ahead with 1, 2 and 3 Phillip head screws, pop this fascia out. There's going to be 3 more Phillip head behind here to remove the silver trim around, and from this fascia as well you want to remove the 2 brackets, the 2 metal clips, same as the one that came out of that wood grain panel. With that undone, we can go ahead and start dismantling the rest of the dash. Now for the next part, we are going to remove the screen from this place. Now in order to do that, you undo these 2 Phillip head screws. There's going to be 2 big plugs and few of the smaller plugs. Just go ahead and undo all of that and just put the screen safely on the side. You won't be needing the screen anymore for the rest of the install. Now for the next part, we are going to remove this main radio unit from out of the car. So in order to do that, we're going to pop this bottom panel out, and it will reveal another 2 Phillip head screws. There's 2 on the top. That will remove this whole metal frame to come out. There's going to be a few connections at the back. Make sure you go ahead and undo all of that. From that, we will harvest this climate control panel out of this metal harness and put it back into the car. Now once you have the main head unit out of the place, now in order to remove this climate control panel from here, you have 2 Torx 20, one on either side. Just undo those Torx 20. This whole thing will pop out, and you can plug it back into the place where it came out of in order to have your climate control working. Now for the next bit, we are going to be removing this 360 camera module, which you've got this screw 1, 2 and 3 that you have to remove. They're all Phillip head or 8mm, whichever way you want to do it. So you can go ahead and undo all 3 of these screws. The whole thing will come out with the bracket. Remove the bracket from the actual system itself. There's only 4 Phillip head screws holding it on. And once you have done that, you can go ahead and tuck this on the side. Now repeating the same process, identical method onto the other side. Now the only difference you'll see between the 360 camera module and the climate control module is the climate control one is held in by Torx 20, as opposed to the 360 camera bracket, which is held in just by 4 Phillip head screws. Now in terms of module, how I like to tuck it is a 360 camera module on the left, your rear screen entertainment camera module in the bottom. That's the heaviest one. That's the one you want to sit in the bottom so it doesn't move, doesn't rattle. And the other one, which is your climate control, will go onto the right side. Again, a nice and thin module, can easily fit in there without moving. Once all of the wiring is in place, that one stays so snug it can't move at all. Now with that, we are done with all the dismantling process. Now the next thing you see are these clips that's popping out of the car. Just take a side cut and pop all of these small little pins out. Once you have them out, it will allow for a flatter surface for the new system to sit in. It will make it easier for you to mount the new screen in its place. Now, as you can see in the back of our new unit, you've got this nice airtight seal that's going to go into the original AC duct. Next thing you want to do is pop in all of these original 8 metal clips that you popped out of the wood grain and your top fascia. Apart from that, we're also going to be installing the old silver trim, so just pop it around here. Only use one screw on the left, one screw on the right. Don't need to worry about the middle screw. There's no more holding bracket there. Once all of that is done, we'll move on to the wiring and I'll show you how to do the wiring. Now, the first 3 things which you are going to mount inside the car is your GPS antenna, which is the square one here, the Wi-Fi antenna, the long one here, and our premium microphone. Now, these microphones are really high quality for absolutely amazing hands-free, even better than the factory microphone. Now, where I like to mount this is this GPS. There's plenty of room behind here underneath the dash. Don't go on top, it looks ugly. The reception and the clarity of the signal is same. You can also test that on the actual head unit itself. Same thing with your Wi-Fi antenna. This is only needed for when you actually put in the SIM card into the unit to access YouTube or anything like that. I like to mount it on this flat plastic from behind, and the microphone is a subject to where you want to mount it. Now, I've seen some people mount it in here, some people mount it in there, some in the A-pillar, some on your steering wheel, and some not mounting it at all. Now, what I found to work the best is to mount this onto that A-pillar in that corner there, and it works absolutely amazing. I'm quickly gonna go ahead and mount all 3 parts of this and see you in the next clip once all of that has been mounted to show you all the wiring that we're gonna be doing inside the car. Alright, so after running my antennas and microphone, now we're going to be mounting our USBs and the SIM card slot. Now you can see for one of the USB, we're going to be using the USB retention. Now this plug that came from behind your screen, the blue one here is a USB retention. So match it with the plug provided in the kit. It will go straight in here. It's a bit of a tight fit. Don't force it too much, but once it's in, it will go in and locks in place. The other end can go into the USB plug that's going to connect to the head unit. Plug them together. Make sure you use some nice tape so they don't come loose when the car is driving from all the vibration and stuff. That's the first USB done. The second one will plug straight into the back of the head unit, and the other end will go into the glove box here along with your SIM card tray. Now with the SIM card tray one, it also has your microphone input. So go ahead and plug your microphone. This is a microphone wire that I've run from the A-pillar on the driver's side. Again, plug straight in. Make sure to use some nice tape so this one doesn't come loose either. Now this system can take any of the 3.5mm microphone, so you don't need to worry about what sort of microphone is that you're using. As long as it's got 3.5mm, it can connect to the system. There's a HD microphone provided in the kit. Go ahead and do that. Now all these wires is to run an aftermarket sound system and run your auxiliary camera. So you can go ahead and tape this one up. We're not running any auxiliary cameras in this case. You can also go ahead and get adapters from your caravan camera provider and plug it straight into here and wire it up. And with that, you can go ahead and put the SIM card tray into your glove box as well. So in order to do that, you can fish it right through here. That's most of the wiring inside the car done. Now I'll show you all the plug and play loom, where they're going to connect, how they're going to connect, taping everything up, taping all the access, and then we can go ahead and mount our new screen in place. So as you can see right here in the next clip, what we're doing is just going ahead and taping everything up, making it all look nice, tidy and easy, and it also helps you with managing the cable. Now in terms of the camera plug, you only want to use the one with the cable up and down. You don't want to use the one that's got side to side. So what we're going to do in this case is go ahead and tape up the excess one. In some cases, in some countries, you might have to do that even on your Y62, but in 99% of the case, you don't need to worry about that. Once all of this wiring looks nice and pretty, we'll go ahead and plug everything with the Once this wiring loom looks nice and pretty, we're going to go ahead and plug everything where it's supposed to go, and I'll show you all the plugs that's going to get plugged in. All the excess, we're going to tape it away, make it neat and tidy at the back, and we'll start plugging everything into the head unit and put the head unit in. As you will see right here, that's my camera plug, that's my USB retention, that's one of the speaker cable plug, the other one is your amp power and the main power plug. One of them is going to go into your hazard switch, and the other one here will go into your radio antenna plug. These are main of the plugs that you're going to need. All of this in the back of the unit can only go in one way, so you don't have to worry about that. Apart from that, none of the other wire needs to be plugged in, so you can go ahead and tape the excess, make it all nice and tidy, get your unit in, start plugging all of this in the back of the unit, mount your antenna, GPS to GPS, Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi, your microphone, all of that is going to plug in into the unit, and you can slide the unit in place, use these 4 screws, the Phillip head screws, and mount them back into the spot. Once you've mounted the 4 screws back onto the unit, then you can go ahead and put the car back together in the same way it came out. So the left and the right panel goes in first, then this middle center console, and finally the gear shifter. Now the next thing you want to do is start the car up and look at the difference. It's unreal how good the system looks now. So you can go ahead and set the system up. Let me show you. You can just follow along, go into settings. First thing you're going to do is go into original. I hate the door display, I turn it off. The aircon settings, I usually leave it on 2 seconds. If you're operating, it stays on for more than 2 seconds. The front radar display, you can leave it on. Next part is going to go into reverse mode, and in this volume you can turn it a little bit over halfway. This is the volume you're going to have when you're in reverse gear. So let's say if you're on a phone call, you want it to attenuate, not completely disengage. Next thing you're going to be doing is going into factory, type in the password 1 2 3 4 5 6, click confirm. First part we have to do is scroll all the way down, change the radio antenna region from China to Australia. The next part is selecting your microphone selection. If you mounted the rear microphone, go ahead and select the rear microphone. And finally go up top, click on the reverse camera selection, click normal, click NTSC. That's the signal we get from Nissan. Click OK. It's going to start or restart the whole unit. That should actually give you full settings. That's on passive protected. Next thing we're going to check is the rear camera or the 360 camera, as well as we're going to be checking in the climate controls to make sure the right is controlling the right and the left is controlling the left. Now in some cases, due to canvas, they can control the opposite side. They're quite easy to fix. Just get an update. If this one is doing that, I can easily do an update. It's very simple to do. If you got the unit from us, send us an email and we'll send you the file. It's quite easy to get the right file. You just go into settings, scroll all the way down, go into the about section, send us a picture from here and the system info from here, and we can send you the right file and the right update. Make sure you mention the order number when you're sending those files. The next thing we're going to do is go into Bluetooth, delete all the test devices, go in, set up here, select it, name it Y62, or you can name yours whatever you like. And the last thing we have to do is to set up CarPlay app, which is our Z-Link here. Go into T-Link there, click settings, right and right, background connection, default to link mode, and at the same time I can go ahead and select the radio, set it to whatever stations you like to listen to. Let's go 100.3. Make sure everything is working. It's gonna be a lot louder than the system used to be because the new head unit has got full range DSP and stuff. Now in here from the home screen, if you want to change or swap the icon for something else, press and hold on to it, scroll across, select T-Link. Now you've got T-Link there. That's your equalizer. You can go in there, you've got full range equalizer to play with. Apart from that, click on the camera. Let's see if the 360 camera comes up. That's your 360 camera, changing all the views and everything, curb view, rear view, front view, everything is working just like it did before. So for the final part, you just go into Bluetooth, go onto your phone, connect your phone to it. You're gonna have wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Let me quickly go ahead and do that here with my phone. So I'm just quickly gonna open up the phone, go into settings, go into Bluetooth. My Wi-Fi is turned on, just not connected. We'll wait a couple of seconds. It's usually easier to search your phone onto the device itself. When you click on the search, 1 2 3 4, that's my iPhone. Click on that. It's going to give me the prompt 0000 or a different password. If you set a different password, click pair. It's going to give me a couple of prompts to go into Apple CarPlay. It's going to say connect. Once you click on connect, give it a couple of seconds, it will pop Apple CarPlay. The first time it will give you a prompt saying disconnect to Bluetooth. Click yes, click OK. And now you've got fully functioning wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. All your calls, music, Spotify, Waze, everything is going to be running up on the screen. It looks unreal. It's insane how good this system looks. If you got one of our digital cluster, it will also pair up to the digital cluster so you can see your maps and everything onto the cluster itself. Really nice and insanely good looking system. You get this nice little cubby storage here, your dual zone climate control. You can still control it left and right, or you can sync it to have them both running together. Your fan speed, different modes for where the airflow is going. You still get to control your rear aircon from here. You can dim the screen using this button. The Navi is a shortcut. You can use the home, will take you to home. The radio will take you to radio. And to go and operate the rear screens like the TIL version, click on this green car settings, rear screen entertainment. You can turn them on, you can turn them off, no problem whatsoever. Click on the other, click on car info. It will show you original tire pressure monitor, your car kilometers and everything. All the original car settings is on here. Now what extra you get is if you're towing, you can go ahead and click the sonar off, so every time you come to a halt or stop or in a parking bay with your caravan at the back, still working with all of your steering wheel controls. Everything is working just like it should. Really nice, well integrated system with the drive sync. Now if you guys want something like this done to your car and you're in Australia, in Melbourne, anywhere around, and you want the professional install, you can send us an email on info@westernautocustoms.com.au, or if you want to get this full DIY kit, just log on to www.westernautocustoms.com.au and get your kit from there. If you're unsure what kit is going to fit your car, just send us an email on info@westernautocustoms.com.au to see how we can help you with your car. And if you have any questions regarding this install, regarding this video, just drop them down in the comments below and we'll be able to help you with that. Peace.